Okay, so why don't you give me your opinion about Walmart, the whole chain?
I don't know a lot about Walmart. I don't really like shopping at Walmart too much. There's too many people there. I realize when I go places in the country, I'm away from city limits and stuff. There's nothing but WalMarts to shop at. I noticed that. I know they got a worldwide monopoly going, which is no big deal. I mean, it's good. We need capitalism like that to make the world go round. You just gotta watch that you don't become, too consumed by it and make them richer than what they are. I mean, they're not your enemy, but you don't want to exactly be poor because they're rich. Uh, as an establishment, I mean, I think if my memory serves me right, there's three separate heirs left behind that are the richest top 10 people in America. I want to guess. Um, I don't know if it's two women and a man, or two men and a woman, but I do know that there's a mixture of male and female, and they're in the top 10 richest people. I do know something else about Walmart. Uh, if you just ask me about Walmart in general,
Yeah,
recently they're, huh?
yeah, in general.
Um, Generally they're too big. It's time for them to downsize and let somebody else move in, and I think they've accomplished. I think they're accomplishing that this year in 2018 by making their political moves. I think their first political move was getting involved with the removal of Southern flags or the Mississippi state flag, which is the
The Confederate flag.
Confederate flag. That was a big mistake to insert themselves in a political point of view. Whenever you have money, you're supposed to keep your fucking mouth shut about your political views, because that'll certainly get you screwed over in the end. It might not happen right away, but you can rest assured that you're on a downward spiral from there. Maybe that's the way the Waldens or whatever, Sam Walden's children wanted it, but I know that Walton, I mean, if that's what if that's how they want to run their business, I can't say nothing. My opinion of Walmart's really not that good. It's not horrible. It's just, hey, if there's something that you need and it's an average product that you need and you can't get it online because online shopping is now the new thing, and Walmart's trying to stay competitive in that by opening their own online, you know, secondary vendor, second vendor market. I guess they're okay. I mean, it's a perfect place to go get sick. It's a place to go get germs off of a basket or a bunch of people coughing in your face. So I personally don't enjoy shopping and standing in 3 or 4 lines that are a mile long when there's about 10 registers not filled. And I don't enjoy that. I don't know what every Walmart is like across the United States, but I know what the ones in the southern portion of the United States are like. I can tell you what they're like. They're like what I just described. Their most recent political statement was just about the stupidest thing they could have did. Even though it was kind of like in the southern states, they stopped selling for the most part around major cities, which I thought was kind of, odd. They stopped selling firearms altogether. All they sold was bullets, and then I believe certain stores pick and choose what time they wanted to sell bullets, like after 10 o'clock. They didn't sell them on a Sunday, certain things like that. So they're still inserting their political views and pushing them onto people. Now with gun agendas, with gun control agendas. Now that's people's Second Amendment, I guess, the right to wave a rebel flag around when we got I think this country's built up of 73% Caucasian Americans. That's kind of stupid to do. So last time I looked was a little while ago. They made a big deal about Dick's Sporting Goods and Walmart stock soared and people being excited with it and all. They're on a downward trend since February. I mean, they had a little spike in February for some reason, and they're on a downward on Market Watch. They're on a steady, even keel, but sort of a decline at the same. I think they're at $80 a share, which they were up in February, over 160 or something like that. They're like at $80 a share right now. So it just proves that whatever media or whatever Yahoo and whatever, news stations or whatever, MSNBC or MSN or all these other stations report about them, the Market Watch says different. I don't really give a shit who's telling the truth. I just know that if you open your mouth and you insert yourself in politics and you have money and you're a big chain establishment, you fucked up. You fucked up big. You need to, if you want to be successful in today's world, not that I'm big and successful. I'm comfortable. I'm where I want to be right now. I mean, I'm okay with what I do because I don't take from people. I don't take blood money from people. I don't suck people dry. So I'm okay with what I do. But I can sleep at night. I try to improve quality of life of people, and people's quality of life. But people like Walmart, big chains like that, they should keep their mouths shut. I know if I had that kind of money, I'd keep my mouth shut. I wouldn't be on here making a YouTube video, that's for sure, or any other social media video, wherever this goes to. I wouldn't open my mouth. But I do know that they shouldn't open their mouth in the past, and they shouldn't open their mouth about censorship a long time ago, whenever that was in the 90s, when they started selling clean versions of albums, music albums. Because nobody wants to hear, back in the 90s, nobody wanted to fucking hear a bunch of music with thought that they were buying an album of like Guns N' Roses or something, or NWA, or I don't even know if they sold albums like that, but I haven't tried to buy an NWA rap album, but they have other albums out there that if from the 90s. I don't know if it's Dr. Dre or Snoop Dogg and all these different albums, and then other rock groups like Nirvana and the stuff in the 90s. I remember they did that censorship shit back then, where they supported this agenda, where they only sold clean albums. So they want to try to portray themselves as sort of a Christian type of, clean family store. I guess that's what they're trying to do. But I think that's kind of bad for business. Because, in case people haven't noticed, it's not exactly what the world's looking for today. The world's looking for, they're screaming me, and everybody wants their rights, and everybody's a victim or a martyr of some kind. So definitely right now is the wrong time to make political statements. And actually in business like that, like I said in general, I know I'm getting redundant here, but it really is a poor choice to get involved in political actions like that. So that's my take on Walmart in general. If you have any other questions about their credit products or their car batteries, because 3 car batteries in a year since 2017, and now they're made in Spain. There's a big tag that says they're made in Spain now, and I'm looking in the disposed basket, and the same batteries from around less than 7 months old are in that testing as bad, in that ship back, whatever, that basket to ship back to wherever they got them from, back to the manufacturer. I know their Everstarts are becoming Never Starts. Their cells are burning out in their batteries really fast within 7 months, and they're guaranteed replacement for 3 years. So I know they're losing a lot of money on batteries, and they're inconvenience a lot of people like me. There was 3, I think, so far, or something like that, that I had this year, 2018. You know, and I can't blame it on any electrical storms or anything. So, Walmart's obviously got something going on with their products.